Your driver's license.
You don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to do that.
Alpha 12. Send me a 94. Stop the car! Stop the car! 94. Send me a...
In this video, you saw First on Local 10, a South Florida police officer hit by a suspect who was taking off from a traffic stop. You could see that driver sped off and then crashed into a fence.
Police say she went on to crash into a tree. Local 10's Rosh Lowe is live with the video that you saw First on 10. Rosh.
Yeah, this is just incredible video, and it really shows you the danger of the job of being a police officer. Here in Lauderhill, this officer, traffic stop, he says that the woman is driving recklessly. The next thing you know, he's hit by the car door.
Any reason why you're driving recklessly like that?
Just released body camera footage of the moment a Lauderhill police officer was hit by the car door of a suspect as she was fleeing a traffic stop. Let's watch the whole thing together.
You have your driver's license?
Okay, can you meet me at my house? Thank you.
No.
You don't have
Give me
the
your driver's
right,
license.
You don't have the right to
Ma'am?
do that. You don't have the right to do that.
Alpha 12. Send me a 94. Stop the car! Stop the car! 94. Send me a 94. Black female trying to run me over. Yeah, stop the car! Stop my car!
I can't!
Put the car in drive. Give me a 94 now.
Is that a car?
Put the car in. Eastbound traffic. Almost ran me off the road.
The suspect is Krista Lee, Tenant Panther. She takes off. The pursuit is on.
Start fire rescue.
She crashes into a tree. And look at this. The officer cuts the seatbelt to get her out. Let's watch this play out.
Get out the car. Get out the car.
I can't! Ow! Ow! I can't breathe!
You're going to jail.
Panther taken to jail where she faces a long list of charges.
She's like, why'd you stop me? I was like, I have a right to stop you. You're driving reckless.
As I said, wild video. So we mentioned that the suspect taken to jail, whole bunch of charges, including an aggravated battery charge. She was given bond on those charges. A final note here, according to police, she had a driver's license that was suspended for 6 months, and now, as she faces these charges, she can't drive at all. We're live in Lauderhill. I'm Rosh Lowe, Local.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Call Layam La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Radash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Sirach 25, verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And these women in this society, in this queendom, in this captivity, has been given liberty, freedom, everything, the tools to have no accountability for their actions and to do what they want, and also to know that the system, is leaning against their, leaning towards their favor. But now, it's starting to shift as we see, man, because, these are the same black queens that Dr. Umar wants to save and talk highly of. Okay, these are the same queens that Dr. Umar wants to, take away accountability and make up excuses for him, and put all the negative and bad decisions and things that they do upon men. Okay, so these women are not supposed to be given liberty or freedom to do anything that they want. They need leadership. They need to be guided by a man, and furthermore, not just by any man, by a man, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai. Okay, because these women truly believe that they're above the law. They believe that these laws do not apply to them. Let's grab this. Romans chapter 13, starting off at verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High, the powers that are ordained of the Most High. So yes, this place is wicked, and this place is cruel, and the decrees are unrighteous and, just completely bullshit. But, if you break these laws, you have to, suffer the consequences. And again, these women truly believe that they're above the law and these laws do not apply to them. Okay, but, everything is ordained and governed and done by Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Continuing on. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, which you see this woman resisting. Okay, you see this woman resisting lawful orders, man. Okay. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High. Again, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, as it says in Sirach chapter 18, he governs the earth with the palm of his hands. Okay, and furthermore, this is a punishment, a chastisement, an ass whooping that we have to go through these things because we sinned and transgress against our power, man. So we have to endure. Okay. This is all for correction and all for guidance, man, to show forth these examples and to actually, understand that the Lord is, correcting us. Okay. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they shall, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. So, as you heard, she is facing a lot of charges. And also, too, one thing that I, call all y'all about Shem Yahshua, about Shem Kakadash, that I want to acknowledge. As you see, this is a so-called black man. I don't know if it's a Hamite or a Jake, but, I speak as a man. I think it might be a Jake. Do you really think that, well, probably more than likely, but it probably wouldn't have been to this extent. She probably wouldn't really act like this, go hard like this towards an Edomite. But reading on verse 3, for rulers are not a terror to good works. Okay, listen, for rulers are not a terror to good works. So again, these women believe that all their works are just and right, even if they're wrong, even if they brought to the forefront and show forth with evidence, man. Okay, so you're not going to be amongst rulers and law enforcement and the judges, etc., if you're doing good works, man. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to evil. And this was evil as hell. And then to act the way she acted and everything else, man, these women really, truly play the victim, man. And everything that they do, they play the victim, man. And this right here is the black queens. This is a representative of the black queens that Dr. Umar wants to say right here. And I bet you, if he commented on this, what happened on this news clip, I bet you he took up for this woman. Erase all accountability on her end. Okay. Will thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. So our people don't want to do good. And as you see these women, man, it's been so much stuff servicing about these women getting judgment placed upon them, from death to, jail and all types of things, man. That, it's the Lord, bringing forth that judgment and reversing that comfort, that carelessness that they've had in this captivity for so many years, man. Okay, verse 4, for he is the minister of the Most High. Okay, and a lot of people don't understand what this is saying. Again, the Lord is controlling everything. He's calling the shots. We are here to be punished. This is our captivity. This is something we have to do. Why? Because we transgressed. We went against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so just like you feel offended, imagine how the Lord feels, man. Okay, and you know what? And furthermore, fuck how you feel. Okay, take accountability and take heed. And really seek to please the Lord and ask him for forgiveness, man. For he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. The Lord doesn't make mistakes. Okay? Everything is righteous, just, perfect, and balanced in every work that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh does, man. And this woman right here was evil, and she got everything, and out of one Ratazah will get everything that she deserves, man. For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon them that doeth evil. Okay, because again, this is also too, man, you know, everything that Esau has formed and fashioned for us to keep us under his feet and to keep us oppressed and to keep him prospering is also going against him, man. Okay, because he got his women and everybody else going against him, and you know it's backfiring, man. Okay, that Deuteronomy 30 verse 7 is taking heed to him. As a matter of fact, let's go here because we know that women go off emotions and they can't control themselves and everything else. But let's read this Proverbs chapter 16 verse 32. Proverbs 16 verse 32. I'm gonna read this in two different translations. The first one is going to be in the NIV. Better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. Listen, better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control who takes a city. And as you saw, and as you continue to see, this woman had no patience, no self-control. She was eager. She wanted to do things her way. She literally told the cop, meet me at my house. Like, again, these damn savages, because these are not women, these are not females, these are beasts. Okay, just like the Israelite man, he's a goddamn maniac, man, a savage. Okay, they literally think that they run things. They're above the law. They have say so over with how the Most High has structured the world through his sword, which is Esau, man, in this captivity, man. Okay, and I'm gonna jump to same book, chapter and verse, Proverbs 16 verse 32 in the CSB. Patience is better than power, and controlling one's emotions than conquering a city. And as you see, this woman didn't have patience, and she wasn't able to control her emotions. And again, this is showing forth that women go off emotions, not off of logic. Okay, and making decisions off emotions, you know, you start to have a lot of regrets in life, a lot of reflection of your fucked up decisions and not having logic and always going off your emotions. And this is also another proof of evidence that shows forth that women need to be led. Okay, and not saying, you know, and furthermore, I don't got to say this because you sisters know this don't apply to you, this applies to those ones of the world. And this also shows you that a lot of these women are children. Okay, yes, you heard me. A lot of these women are children. Okay, because you're supposed to do this. Let's continue. Okay, St. Matthew, y'all know where I'm going, chapter 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison. So even if she knows she was going to get it, he might have just gave her a ticket. He might have just asked her simple questions, you know, you was driving crazy, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know, agree. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in a rush to go to the daycare to pick up my kids, whatever the case may be, which you shouldn't be making excuses, but as it says, agree with thine adversary. Okay? And it seems like, you know, again, I'll speak as a man. I think this is a Jake that was dealing with her. It seemed like, you know, if she would have dealt, as you know, Proverbs 15, verse 1, a soft answer turneth away wrath. If she would have, you know, had thought logically and not emotions, and to be patient and to, you know, cooperate with the officer, you know, she might have been able to go home, you know, just with a ticket or even just with a warning, man. You know, just to, you know, make it easy on yourself. Okay. So agree, man, because now that she didn't agree, what happened? Okay. She got delivered to the magistrate. Okay. She got to go in there, get her pictures, her fingerprints, and go to the magistrate, talk to them, and the magistrates decide if you're going to get a bond or you're going to be held into your court date. Okay, then you go to court, and the judge decides what he's going to do with you, whether he's going to release you on bond or your own PR, or if you get put back in jail, he gives you what, back to the officer, and you get put back in jail, man. Okay, it's like you're back to the sheriff. Okay, but let's continue. Let's go to Proverbs I'm gonna read this in a different verse because as we see, man, these women in society, okay, these women in society just don't have it. I'm gonna read Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28 in the NIV. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control. And that's what you saw in this video, a person that lacked self-control. Okay, a person that doesn't have understanding of how to, go about things correctly and how to understand order. Okay, submission. Okay, and again, these are the black, beautiful, precious queens that Dr. Umar exalts and speaks very highly of. Okay, point blank period, man. I'm gonna read it again. Proverbs 25, verse 28 in the NIV. Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self-control, man. Okay, a person who lacks self-control. Now, you see it, man. She literally, she could have took this officer's life, man, just by, she could have did more, man. Because she could have did way more to this officer, man, fleeing the scene and to herself, man. No accountability, no control, no nothing, man. Let's continue, man. Okay, because our women, this day and age, they don't have the concept of hospitality or morals or guidance. Okay, how to be temperate, sober mind, holy, none of that, man. So let's read this. This is the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 8. I'm gonna read this in the CSB. But hospitable, loving what is good. Okay, listen. But hospitable, loving what is good. And it's the opposite with our people, especially with these women, man. A women are not hospitable. They don't love what's good. Okay, they love what makes them feel good. They love a wickedness. Okay, they don't care about nobody else's feelings but their own. And they say what? I'm gonna do what I want to do. And what else they say? Who gonna stop me? Okay. Again, they believe they're above the law. Nothing applies to them. They can do what they want, say what they want, anything. And they're not supposed to be checked or told that they're doing anything wrong, man. Okay? But hospitable, loving what is good, sensible. Okay, no sense was in this right here. No sense. Righteous, no righteousness was in it. Holy, no holiness was in this, man. And the phone is chiming in on it. Self-controlled, none of that. Okay, none of this was applied to this woman, man. She had none of these characteristics, these attributes, but hospitable, loving what is good. If she loved what is good, she would understand to, agree with that adversary, to take accountability to what she was doing instead of trying to, put this cop in the hospital and herself. Loving what is good, sensible, righteous, holy, self-controlled, and all these things were obsolete from her mental, man, from her character, okay? All these things were obsolete from her mental and her character, okay? I'm not making this shit up. So let's close out here. The point is made, because this applies for all our people, and especially for her for when this was done, because she's not the only one in this spirit. Isaiah 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, that taketh counsel, but not of me. If she had counsel of the Lord, she would know how to go about this situation. And furthermore, she might not have been in this situation. Okay? Because she would have known what to do, and more than likely, again, the Lord would have guided her into a correct way to do things. Okay. That take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering. Okay, their own covering. Okay, again, these women believe they're above society. They believe they're above the men. The laws don't apply to them. They can do what they want. They truly believe that they're diplomats. Let's say that. Okay, look up what a diplomat is. Okay, and that a covering with a covering, but not of my spirit. that they may add sin to sin. And that's what you saw happen in this clip. Sin, she was adding sin to sin, iniquities, man. Okay? So, hey, man, you get what you deserve, and the Lord is going to keep on judging, man. He's going to keep on showing forth and making examples out of our people to show you Israelites that he is not fucking around. Okay? Point blank, period. So I don't want to rock this out. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true, sincere Akim Wa'akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Koho Layim La. Abanawa Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash Wa Thawada Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakakwadash, for putting the spirit on me, my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers on down, for doing these epistles to enlighten you, to inform you, to edify you, to uplift you to the power and spirit and words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. May the blessing and election and protection be upon you and your household. I don't want to rock this out to the next one. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.
Job of being a police officer. Here in Lauderhill, this officer, traffic stop, he says that the woman is driving recklessly. The next thing you know, he's hit by the car door.
Any reason why you're driving recklessly like that?
Just released body camera footage of the moment a Lauderhill police officer was hit by the car door of a suspect as she was fleeing a traffic stop. Let's watch the whole thing together.
You have your driver's license?
Okay, can you meet me at my house? Thank you.
No.
You don't have
Give me
the
your driver's
right-
license.
You don't have the right to
Ma'am?
do that. You don't have the right to do that.
Alpha 12. Send me a 94. Stop the car! Stop the car! 94. Send me a 94. Black female trying to run me over. Yeah, stop the car! Stop my car!
I can't.
Put the car in drive. Give me a 94 now.
Is that a car?
Put the car in.
6800 4th Street.
Eastbound traffic.